Okay, folks, listen. Obviously, my scenery has changed. I'm actually in my house getting ready to cook today. You seen the thumbnail, you just seen what I put out there, and I promise you, the way I'm gonna make this spaghetti, we're not gonna overpower it, but we're gonna let the meat do the, talking for us. So look, today we're just getting ready to make a over-the-top, super flavorful spaghetti. Oh, and did I mention we're gonna make it out of chicken? Let's get it. Okay, as always, listen, I'm gonna pan over these ingredients so you guys can see. Not a whole lot to it, but listen, the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now, when you get right here to this chicken right here, you see this right here? This is exactly what you want to get. Listen, it's a mild Italian chicken sausage. You know what I mean? Super over the top and flavorful. This right here is going to be key. Let's get it. Okay, so I want to show you something. If you guys don't believe I'm in my real kitchen, look. You see this? I'm wearing my wife's apron. Her name is Camille, obviously. You know what I mean? This was like a last minute decision for myself. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm not finna over talk none of that. I want you guys to come here because we gotta talk about this pasta. You see this pasta right here? I don't know about you guys, but listen, this is my tool of choice, angel hair. Now I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below which one do you guys like to use, right? So we finna come on over here. I already got my water boiling. If you ask me my opinion, don't put no oil in there. I just, season my water with a little salt, right? I take it. I used to break them. That's the way I was taught, you know what I mean? But then I found if you just let them like this, you just put them down, you know what I mean? As they soften up, they drop right into the water, right? So we want to make these al dente, right? So you want to read the instructions that's on the box per the, product that you guys have, al dente, folks, because we're going to cook these. I'm gonna do mine that way. I like to cook mine inside of my spaghetti sauce. Okay, so I'm going to be putting some celery in there. You know what I mean? So I just get myself a couple of ribs, cut them up. Make sure you wash the celery too, right? So you guys cut them down to the size that you would like, right? So I'm going to cut these down like this. I like them a little bit on the small side because you remember, small dicing is for, what is it? You guys let me know. Small dicing is for what? Yeah, you guys got it. That's for the flavor. And then when you do them larger, it's more for texture. Now this spaghetti, folks, we don't really want to get to texture like that. So you want to keep them a little bit on the small side. And then if they are a little bit bigger, no worries. We're going to cook these down and get them nice, soft, and sauteed, with our meat. All right, so once you have them, everything down here like this, now you just go ahead and dice them. All right, so per the instructions on my box for al dente, right? My timer went off. I'm gonna go ahead and drop them in here, and we're gonna stop this cooking, process, right? So let's go ahead and get them like this, and let's stop it. Just shock it with some cold water. All right, so this is what I'm getting ready to do. I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm just gonna cut these down like this, right? You only need a little bit of the bell pepper. I'm gonna do the same thing with the green, right? So let's get this like this. Now, I'm gonna set these off to the side. For those of you guys who have been following me for a long time, you guys might recognize these boards. These are boards I've been using, from the gate. So wifey wanted to keep them. So I let her keep them. All right, so obviously you guys can see that I, went ahead and finished with the green. Now we do the exact same thing, with the red. You guys can see the size, you know what I mean? This right here is what you want to have. And then if you got any that didn't get diced the way you would like them to be, you guys can go ahead and fix them up and just do them individually, right? So again, I'm not gonna bore you. I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the onion. No need for you guys to see me cut down the onion. You know what I mean? Just the size is gonna be critical because we want to get that flavor inside of there, right? So once you have them like this, we just do it like that. Now we move over to the onion. Okay, so if you look right here, you can see I'm done. Garlic, celery, onion, red and green bell pepper, right? We good there. Now, I'm getting ready to go ahead and start working on, sauteing and doing all of that, right? So, again, listen, I know that some of these people here on YouTube, they talk about all kind of things and what they use and all that. Listen, I'm in my actual kitchen. Here it is. I just went to my own pantry and got myself my own garlic and branch and vine garlic infused olive oil, right? So let's go ahead and light this. We got it lit, put it on medium, and I'm gonna start with just a couple of, that should be enough right there. Now, you guys can use butter if you want to go with the buttery flavor, you know what I mean? But for me, I love it just like that. I can hear my oil might be like a little bit hot. I'm looking, it's not smoking, but I'm gonna turn this down just a little bit. Right? So, I always say I like to, which major chefs that have all of the training, they tell me it makes no difference, right? But I can go ahead and, for me, I like to give my onions a head start. Seems like it take a little bit longer to break down than anything else, right? So I'll just set this over here like that. Leave that like this. And I know y'all, some of y'all gonna be like, hey B, where you get these from? I don't know, my wife got these, you know what I mean? I do have some, but I don't know what happened. I wanna say these is mine. She'll probably respond and tell me that they're not, you know what I mean? But I bought these just like out as I was traveling and just found them. But I like these, folks. If I can find the information, look at this. If I find it, I'll put it down in the comment section below, and I'll pin it in the description box. Now, we want to let everything, get, what it is we want everything to start to break down and infuse with it all, right? Of course, we got that garlic in here, the onion, we got bell pepper. Now, here's a little bit of a level up. If you guys like to use butter, you know what I mean? You can go ahead and put yourself a tablespoon of butter in here. Now, just so that you know, like I say level up, boom, there's that butter, folks. Now, once that melts and we work this in together, I'm gonna move this over and we're gonna introduce our meat. All right, so you guys can see, man, look at that right there. Ooh-wee. Once it starts to melt down and break down like that, look at the color. That's that butter. All of the veggies. I know everybody say I cook everything southern, but I promise you this right here is gonna be right. Now I just push this over here like this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my meat inside, right? Now we'll just leave it just like this, so it'll just like firm up, get a little crust on it, and leave it alone. I'm getting ready to look at my fire. I'm gonna raise it up to a little bit, about a medium high, right? Get just a little bit of a crust, and then we're gonna break this down. Okay, so after just a couple of minutes, you know what I mean? It cooks down on the bottom, and then now I just break it up, right? Look at this here. Now you guys can see we infuse this whole pot with a lot of flavor, right? But the real deal is, it's the chicken. The real deal is, it's really in the chicken. It's the Italian seasoning and the ground chicken that does it. So, we just gonna break this down, let it cook. Remember I talked about forming the crust on the bottom? There you go. You guys can see that. Just makes it a little bit easier to, break up, but we're gonna cook the other side of it too. Break this down. And the rest is self-explanatory. Once we got it cooked, we started incorporating everything together, and then we're getting ready to season. All right, so I like everything that's in here. This is done right. Your whole kitchen, matter of fact, your whole house should just smell incredible, right? So you see right here, I done moved my seasonings right here. Now we're gonna go ahead and just start seasoning, right? And these are the red chili flakes. I'm gonna suggest that you guys don't use, it's up to you. You like a lot of heat, go ahead. But for me, and don't forget the full ingredient list with the measurements and directions is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Right, now I'm gonna come with the fennel seed. Now some of you guys might not even have fennel seed. If you've been following me for a minute, you know to have it, but if you haven't, these are the things that you need to have in your arsenal. That's it right there, fennel seed, right? Then of course, we're talking Italian, you know you gotta have some basil, right? Now it looks like I'm putting a whole lot in here when I'm doing other ingredients, but it depends on the whole on here, how much comes out. Normally I measure it all out, but now we cooking like how we would at the house. Like if you came over my house, this is how I get in, right? And then we got Italian seasoning. You can't say spaghetti without oregano. And you know you gotta have that thyme in there too. I just don't want to do all that shaking. I just add. Some of you guys might say, hey, that's a whole lot, but this the difference is when you come to my pad, you know what I'm saying, and then when we eat, you like, man, they eat, your food is so flavorful. Now, on my website, I give you guys just a ballpark. More than a ballpark, I produce a great product, right? But if you want to add more, that's where you make it your own, you know what I mean? But I got you in the game. You might not want to change nothing, but this is it right here. Look at that right there. Look at how juicy that is. You know all the ingredients we done put in here. So now I got these open. These are my San Marzano. These are like the best, folks. Everybody say that. I'm gonna be honest with you. They are good. You know what I mean? But whatever you guys want to use, but I do suggest using these. Again, that's what they look like. We leave them like that. And now I'm getting ready to come with, you know, my paste. All right. Now you're gonna want to have yourself a rubber spatula for this. You know what I mean? Because you want to get all your ingredients out. All right. Now I'm getting ready to just work this in like this. Now you see how big these are? We just take it. Remember the square edge, and we just break them up a little bit. But you see that down there? You tell me this ain't no banging spaghetti. I don't know about y'all, but I like mine meaty. You know what I mean? I'm gonna thin it out just a little bit, but look at this right here. Now I'm gonna bring my flame back up to a medium high, right? We got all of this cooking, all of this goodness. Everybody's not gonna be able to find the mild Italian chicken sausage, right? I got that. So if you don't find that, say we're gonna make it out of beef, because that's what we all grew up on. Some of us use turkey, you know, or something of that nature, right? But if you're using chicken, I suggest using chicken broth. If you're using beef, go ahead and use the beef broth. That'll be the only thing to change. Now, I should have said this earlier. You see, I still got my can, got a little residue in there. I know you guys, some of y'all probably have ketchup or whatever you want to put in something, and you know, when you run out, you add a little water, then you drop it in there, whatever. That's all we're gonna do right here. Same principle, but we want all of this flavor, right? So I'll just add a little bit of this to it, about half. Right? You just need a couple of cups, you know, so. That's about right. Now we come over here. I'll bring this over here to my pan, my pot. Now look down in here. Look at that right there. This should already get y'all to going already, but we're gonna go ahead and add this to it. Right? Now you see it, let me stop right there. If I give it a little stir right there, what that look like, folks? Don't that look like Italian meat sauce? I say spaghetti all day, but I'm gonna add a little bit more because we gotta get all of this over here. Right? You only need a couple of cups. You know, it really depends on how thin you want it to be. Right? If you put too much in there, you can always continue to cook it. You know what I mean? Let it break down. But when I say meaty, I like it like this. That right there is what I want to have when I, you know, eat it. Now, the number one question is, tell me, do you guys eat your spaghetti? Is it better the next day or the day of? Do you guys have your spaghetti noodles separate and then you scoop your sauce on top? But for me, in this video and all my videos, I'm telling you the truth, I cook everything in there, you know, with it, so it can adhere and, you know, absorb inside of the pasta, and that right there is another level up. Okay, so this has been going for about 20 minutes. I want you guys to look at that right there. Nice. Now I'm getting ready to introduce our pasta, right? So you just want to take it, you know, I don't put nothing on it. Some people like to put oil on it so it don't stick, or butter or something like that. I don't do that because you know why? I want my pasta and everything that I worked hard to work with to stick to it. So it's nice and sticky now. And again, I'm curious to hear what you guys think about, you know, the size of the spaghetti that you guys use. For me, I told you angel hair does it. Since the first time I had angel hair, I never wanted a regular size spaghetti again. All right, so now I'm bringing my fire down to low because I'm gonna cook it with my spaghetti in there, just like you guys see. Again, let me know. And then if any of the tomatoes come up, you can break them up. But look at that right there. Tell me you guys don't want none of this. Now, I tasted it and I added salt and pepper to it. Now, for the acidity, you guys are gonna want to have a little bit of the balance, right? So you're gonna want to have yourself some sugar. Now, I don't know why people still asking me this. Can you taste the sugar? No, It just gives you a balance and it's not so battery-like. That's the only way I can tell you. Okay, so come on in here, look. I've gotten all of the pasta that I'm gonna be able to put in here. You know what I mean? If I wanted to double it, I could use that whole box. You know what I mean? But look at that right there. Right, so as you can see, if I leave it alone, if you guys look right here, I got it on a low flame, so it's still simmering. You know, it's nice. Maybe you can hear it. You see that over there? I'm only gonna let this go for about 20 minutes. Then after that, we're gonna take some out, put it in a bowl, and I'm gonna turn it into a star, folks. All right, so listen, I got it in the bowl right here. Man, it's still kind of hot. You know what I mean? We already got it with the balance. You know, we put the sugar in that we wanted to get. Some of you guys say you don't ever really have that issue. If you like it like that, then that's okay. You know what I mean? For those of you guys who need to have a little balance where you don't taste it to have so much bite of the acid, you know, from the tomatoes, you can just always add just a little bit of, you know, sugar. Now, with that being said, look at it like this. You see that right there? Mm-hmm. And I got that. Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna see if I can even describe it to you. You know, since I've been turned on to that chicken Italian sausage, you know what I mean? And I know I say sausage, but that's what they say on the packaging, you know what I mean? But it's a ground chicken, Italian mild sausage, right? That right there has just so much flavor. It brings so much new dynamic, you know, the dynamic with the whole spaghetti. Forgive me, you guys, you know what I mean? For me talking like that, I just don't know what to tell you. But just like I told everybody, anytime we use water, we substitute that with like a chicken broth or a beef broth or some type of broth, right? You know, to level up the flavor. Anytime I use ground beef, you know what I mean? If I don't have none of this chicken Italian sausage, you know what I mean? I'm like losing my, you know, my mind. This right here is fire. Now, just a combination of everything, you know, putting the bell peppers and all of that, then we season it the way we want to and got the balance just right. This right here is fire. I'm gonna show you one more time, folks. Let me know down in the comment section below, what would you do to, you know, to level this up? I'm gonna go ahead and do a spoiler alert. If I was back where I do all my filming at, I would have put that chicken and Dewey sausage in there. But with that being said, I'm gonna drop this right now, hit my refrigerator, because I keep that Kool-Aid and I'm out. Peace.